Hey, what's up? My name is Adam. Today I'll be taking a look at Coca-Cola. Before I go into previous stock performance and competition, here's some pretty basic info about the company. By the way, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Speak to a financial advisor before you make any decisions. Also, I don't own the stock, so it doesn't really benefit me whether this company, whether the stock goes up or down. So let's start talking about the basic information about Coca-Cola, starting with their business model. So how do they make money? Well, they make money by selling two products. They sell these things called concentrates or finished products. Concentrates are like a syrup. Coke sells them to authorized bottlers, and then they make the finished Coke product. An example of this is Coke selling Coke syrup to McDonald's. That sounds super sketchy, but I promise you it's not. And then McDonald's finishing up the product so that you can drink it in store. The next one is finished products. This one's slightly more straightforward. Think of it as like a can of Coke you'll see at a grocery store. So it's just there, you drink it, it's in a can already, everyth's set. By the way, these beverages are sold in over 200 countries. Just to let you know, Coke is a giant company, if you didn't already know that. You guys may have heard that Coke owns a boatload of brands, but I don't think you realized how many brands that they own. So I'm gonna get into them. Get ready, because it's pretty long. So here are the more popular brands that Coke owns. So, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, Fanta, Fresca, Schweppes. I may have absolutely butchered the pronunciation, but there we go. Also, they own the right to Schweppes in mostly Europe. Another company owns the rights to US and Canada. Also Sprite, Dasani, Smart Water, Vitamin Water, Powerade, Fairlife, Minute Maid, Pulpy, and also Simply. I also put a list up on screen of the less well-known brands because I don't really want to read them out and I don't think you guys care. So if you guys, yeah. So over the past 5 years, here are the sales and the net income. So in 2018, revenue was $34.3 billion. In 2019, $37.3 billion. In 2020, $33 billion. 2021, $38.7 billion. And 2022 was $43 billion. So net income for 2018 was $6.4 billion. In 2019, $8.9 billion. 2020, $7.7 billion, 2021, $9.8 billion, and 2022 is $9.5 billion. So just for information, the net income as a percentage of revenue in 2021 was 25%, and in 2022 was 22.1%, just for your information. By the way, the stock symbol for Coca-Cola is KO, and it's traded on the New York Stock Exchange. Here's a comparison of Coca-Cola's performance, Pepsi's performance, and the S&P 500 index's performance over a trailing 12-month period, which started in near the beginning of May 2023. Red is Coca-Cola, blue is Pepsi, stock symbol is PEP, and the yellow is Vanguard's S&P 500 index. The symbol is VOO. This is over 1 year. This is over 5 years, and this is over 10 years. Coca-Cola paid out 2.78% in dividends over the past 12 months, and this is above the industry average at 2.15%. And their dividends have also been quite consistent, so you can reliably expect to see some dividends. Now let's get into their PE ratio. Coca-Cola's PE ratio as of May 5th is 25. This will likely have changed when you watch this. Another company you might have heard of that is competing with Coca-Cola is Pepsi, and their PE ratio is 28 as of May 5th as well. And Pepsi is a bit different because it owns a few other brands in different industries, mainly in snacks. Although their PE ratio is 28. Coke's net income as a percentage of revenue is 22%. A close competitor is Pepsi, and they are at 12%, although Pepsi is a bit different, as I mentioned previously, and I'm going to expand more on that later on in the video. Now, I'm not going to be breaking down the income statement, the balance sheet, or the cash flow statement, although I'm going to insert them here if you guys want to just take a look at it and pause the video if you like. Here are some ways that Coca-Cola might be able to grow. So first of all, they could get a new brand or make one of their existing brands more popular, although I don't know how much that's going to help, probably a slight amount. Another way Coca-Cola could grow is they could expand into new/related industries, for example, snacks and that sort of thing. Here are some ways that Coca-Cola's market cap could shrink. First of all, there is the threat of other companies One of those being Pepsi, and I'm gonna list some of the brands that they own so you get a picture of who they are and how many. Yeah. So, Pepsi owns, well, Pepsi, they own Brisk, Bubbly, Dole, Gatorade, Mountain Dew, Naked, Ocean Spray, Pure Leaf, and Tropicana. And by the way, Pepsi is more than just a beverage company. They also have diversified into the kind of snack industry. So here are some examples of companies that they own in the snack industry. They own Cheetos, Doritos, and also Quaker Oats. So yeah, I found it surprising. Another competing company is Keurig Dr. Pepper. And yes, Keurig did buy Dr. Pepper. The acquisition happened in 2018. So here are some brands that Keurig Dr. Pepper owns. They own, well, Dr. Pepper, 7-Up, Crush, Canada Dry, commonly known as ginger ale, Schweppes in the US and Canada. Again, I also may have butchered the pronunciation. They also own Sunkist and Hawaiian Punch. So also here are some other companies that may compete with Coca-Cola that are not Pepsi or Keurig Dr. Pepper. So first we have Nestle, Dan One, Red Bull, and Monster. There are also other private label beverages that also compete with Coca-Cola. For example, Great Value Cola and President's Choice Cola. It's kind of a knockoff, but they're competing with Coca-Cola, and it's also cheaper. There are also other smaller, newer companies like Celsius and Prime. Another way they could shrink is new laws could emerge about health of soft drinks, although they have diversified out of the soft drink industry, so it's not going to hurt them a crazy amount. So guys, here's information that I find useful or relevant. This is not financial advice. Speak with a financial advisor before making any decision. Use this as a starting point for your own research. At least Google like one more thing, just like one thing, do a little bit more. Most of this information was obtained from their respective websites, annual reports, and also other sources. If you guys like what you see, please like, maybe sub if you want, and yeah, peace out.